ambition. Also envision my path so I complete the mission. Yeah, I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. Yes.
Yes.
House mix.
Let's give an applause for the theme song of the show. Let's give another one. Brought to you by the artist Untitled. When you know what time it is, you know how we get down. Y'all come in, drop your keys, take your shoes off, get comfortable, because we're not here to spill tea, we're here to take the last sip. Welcome to the Brew Shop. It's your boy, Mac Mans, a.k.a. Motivational Muscle, a.k.a. CEO of Black Diamond Enterprises. You know I got many names here. We're going to start the program off as we always do. Life-giving source water. Let's give a cheer for the agua. Man, ain't nothing like that life-giving water, y'all. So, y'all, how y'all been doing? Let's give an applause to cheer for the crowd out there. Today's show is brought to you by Mr. LLC himself, MacMan Media LLC. That's right, MacMan Media LLC. You can be contacted at 501-259-6788. Same number as the Brew Shop. Hey, I specialize in making promotional material as far as like t-shirts. You can come in my little spot, cut promos. You know, I do a couple of shows. As far as like getting podcasting and broadcast out here. Also, I work in professional management and wrestling. So matter of fact, I specialize in wrestling at period. But that being said, shout out to APS right now, who is out on the road. They're putting some work in at a different organization, trying to get the reps in. Hope you guys do good tonight. We want to give an applause to them too, as well as the OMGs are the World Tag Team Champions of TSW, who has just been affiliated as a NWA affiliation. Give love. Let's get into our show. All right, y'all, check it out. So today's topics is going to be nice. Now, I usually keep like a little notepad with me, but I decided to go freelance today because the notepad got lost. So I ain't on that right now. And as you went through my subject, you saw I got some amazing stuff sitting up there today. So we're gonna dive right into it. Now, we're gonna dive into blue collar pyramid. Now, y'all have heard me speak before about workers and employment and employers. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. In my opinion, the unalivement, the assassination of the United Medicare CEO, you guys know the story behind it. Y'all been digging it. I'm not going to rehash it. We all good with that. But I will say this. A lot of people out there are worried about their medical coverage. A lot of people are worried about other things as far as finances, how their job going to take care of them, how the government going to take care of them. And I think we're losing track of what's really the situation. See, we have had an election and we put a new president in office, but I don't think people in government really understand how this thing works. So we're going to flip the script. Most times you have a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme. It's all about funneling money up to the top. They try to make like you the one on the top, but you're not. The way they flip it around. But here's the kicker. Let's slap him in the face real quick. You are the person that is supposed to be on top. I'm going to tell you how. But we reverse the pyramid. So, y'all, the blue collar workforce is what makes America run and what makes America great. Can we? Well, the issue at hand is that the powers that be don't seem to see that. So they put these people in the office and they make these rules and laws. They are meant to affect those of the blue collar workers. I didn't say middle class. I didn't say higher upper echelon. I didn't even say poverty stricken. I said the blue collar worker, because blue collar worker could be anyone that has a job that has to work to make America what it is, make America sustainable for people to live in it, make America the place it is, basically. I mean, you work in customer service, you work in electrical, you work in water, you work in food, just anything you do that makes what we need to live every day important. You are a blue collar worker. Now I see so many people complain about their jobs and what they can't do. Now I know you don't leave your job because you got to pay bills. But just hear me out on this little, I'm going to play the advocate one time. I'm going to switch it up. Just hear me out. Just say they with us to solve a problem, we decide to go on the biggest shutdown ever. There are some things about our country that we can fix, but we don't have the balls to do so. Just imagine if you were to go to your job and no one's there working. You go to a fast food restaurant, no one's there working. You go to the water company, nobody's working. Now, of course, you know your services probably wouldn't be going because there's nobody there to maintain or maintenance what's going on. But here's how I look at things. And I just came with this today because I was at work and I thought about how people in the corporate office sending things down to you that you need to be doing and stuff like that. Not at my job, per se, I'm just saying any job. And they never really understand the aspect. This is like when you have a company that controls your air condition and heat from a building that's nowhere in your area. Yeah, there are companies that do that. I used to work for one. So in the area, and I'm down south. You know how south work, there's very little winter, if any at all. Well, the company mainstay was in the Midwest and some areas up in the Boston, New York type area, the Connecticut area, Massachusetts area. So they controlled our temperatures by what their temperatures were going. And that's a mess. So if they're cold up there, but we're hot down here, it does no good to have our stuff set on 75 if it's already 60, 65, 75 outside. So what they do is they control the atmosphere where they're at. That's climate control. It's based of your office. Now, hear me out. Just say they lost that control. If you're able to control from where you were, their air or heat, how would they feel? Or the fact that if you were able to control your own period, they had no access to control it. They throw a plumb fit. Imagine doing that at work. Because check it out. Because if my employee doesn't come to work for me, I have no employees to work. That means I don't work. That means the area I work at doesn't work. That means the people that bring stuff in doesn't work. I mean, the people that give them stuff. And so you get where I'm going with this. So if there was a massive situation to where just say, my workers stop working, I stop working. Well, we're going to hire some more people. Nope. The people that know you're hiring for this job, they're not going to work at all. Imagine if every person did that in their sector of job field, what would happen? The country would completely shut down. Because I'm telling you right now, not one CEO, not one government official, not one professional athlete is going to step off of that pedestal to come do a 9 to 5, making minimum wage to $12 an hour. They're not going to do that. It's above them. But then you do it. Blue collar workers do it every day. If you don't do that, then America shuts down. America shuts down completely. Because there's no one to continue to work to keep things functioning the way we need them to go about our business. That is one power we have as a unit. If when you get a bunch of people together and they have the same mindset, you can consider that a conglomerate or a collaboration. And when you have people in a conglomerate or collaboration, their best interest is to put all of their abilities, what they can do, into the situation and make it a whole thing. So imagine if we had people that literally got tired of doing what people don't respect them doing on a regular basis. So imagine if you stop working at a gas station. Imagine you stop working at a grocery store. Imagine if you stop working at an electricity company. Imagine you stop working at a fast food place. Imagine if you stop working at a car dealership. All these places. Imagine you stop being a lawyer. Could you imagine what it'd be like if there was no clients to defend, a lawyer wouldn't have a job? If there was no crime, there'd be no reason for a lawyer or police. One thing needs the other. So now blue collar workers, corporate, world would not exist, can't exist. Without that, politicians can't exist. A politician is there to basically back and push rules and laws out to help sustain community and everyday lifestyle effort. But a lot of them look at it from their point of view, from their eye. We all do. We look at life from our point of view all the time without respecting what somebody else is going through. So if we choose to shut everything down in a mass effect, but then on the other hand, think of the ramifications of that. Yeah, dangerous. Because the fact if we do that, then we'll shut down. We're liable to be susceptible to anything. We're liable to be targeted as a weak country. And so it sends a message also to other countries that we can't control what makes us work. See, we mock and laugh at other countries for the way they use dictatorship, communism, just different things. You know, those are words that we don't use because we use a democratic process that doesn't work half the time. But overseas, they don't have that option. They basically want to control everything that's going on. So their blue collar worker is not really a blue collar worker because they basically are just a worker. It's like it's like anthill. Every ant has their job, but you know what your job is. You stick to that job. You don't go out of that realm. We are one of the few countries that allow you to have that ability to say no, to not do something. Other countries, you're not allowed to do that. Let me get it right. Allegedly, you're not allowed to do that. I don't want to offend nobody because that's another thing too about offending everybody. Got to be careful. So America in the world, but America mostly, has decided to take a second option. See, instead of us going ahead and shutting down the country because we're tired of this and that, instead of us telling our boss to stick in, instead of us trying to make a difference by, back in the day, they did a lot of marching. They did a lot of corporate strikes, everything. One of the biggest strikes in the world, people don't want to talk about, one of the biggest strikes in the world is the Boston Tea Party. If you really look at that and go through the history and put it in a different context, when people are sick and tired of something and they want to make a change, they will shut stuff down. They'll shut it down. Gotta be careful because sometimes you shut things down, there's bird food left out there, if you know what I mean. And so you have to be careful how you do things. But now we're in the time of era, and it's been going on for a while now, that instead of trying to get in a situation to where you can make a difference as a blue collar worker, we live in a country to where we figure out we can't change it from the bottom. We will join the top. Let me repeat that because I don't think none of y'all heard me. Say it again. We feel we can't change anything being near the bottom. So we go to try to attempt to be near the top, not knowing that the bottom we have all our power at the bottom because it's a bunch of us. It's more of us. It's the 99% to the 1%ers. 99%. Have y'all ever thought about that? If 99% of people shut down, what is the 1% going to do? Maybe put out a bunch of robots or something, Teslas, whatever, robots, whatever. They'll find a way to get things accomplished. But you eventually got to hire back a workforce. You eventually got to have the things that you depend on that you took for granted. You're going to have that come back to you. But that topic waves into something else. Because now when you're trying to fit on top, you become part of another class of people. Not everybody, but some people. You become part of the social media savage. See the big dollar sign. That's all you're thinking about. And that goes to a whole nother spectrum. Because then you get people that are willing to do anything. Now, y'all know I've been on social media. I want to say I've been here for a while. I was when social media first came out, y'all don't understand. I was stuck on MySpace when Facebook came out. Yeah. Yeah, you can laugh. Y'all was pulling on mute. I mean, I'm just like, this is the bomb. Everybody like, are you serious? Have you not seen Facebook? I'm like, what is Facebook? I'm just not on to this. You know, I had that AOL, that when it dialed up, with a little dude running across the screen, and if your phone service is bad in your area, your internet was super slow. I had no idea what was going to happen. Y'all remember, some of y'all like me. By the way, I just turned 50 yesterday. Thank you. Just turned 50 yesterday. And so I've been around this place, been around this joint for half a century. And I never thought, from the things like my parents said it before, my grandparents said, and I'm saying, I never thought I would live to see the day when everything was flipped upside down. Y'all, my grandparents have said, y'all mean to tell me a TV running the world? Y'all know what he mean. He's been talking about a computer. You mean that sound box that make funny noises is running the world? And so what ended up happening is, as we have got to the point to where that is what's going on. In able for you to feel like you are somebody special, you have to get on that idiot box, which they call the idiot box in the TV, computer. And then the thing about social media, once you go into social media, it's on computers. It's on, you can watch it at home, the library. They even give you guys start getting, remember, you guys remember certain devices, the bricks? I had a brick. And you can only get minutes for it. And then certain time you tell people don't call you until the weekend because your minutes were either tripled or doubled up. And then nights after 8 o'clock, nights after 7 or 8 was free. Then it got to the point where if you didn't have a charger, only chargers with the brick at first was the backpack or the car charger. Then it got to the point where also too that if you didn't have any minutes, you couldn't call people, but they could call you. Now these things are handheld computers. They'll talk back to you. They'll do your grocery shopping. They'll look up things for you. You can see everything. The whole world is in the palm of your hand. So now everybody can see you. So instead of being a blue collar worker, you'd rather be where everybody can see you. And then here's the kicker. Social media makes it to where if you're good enough and consistent enough, they will pay you. Now, I would say I used to get paid by Facebook and I was making a nice little chunk of change. Not a whole bunch, y'all. Please don't get it twisted. But when you make a couple of $100 a month that you're not counting for or you're not working hard for, that's a blessing. Then the programs got stingy, got tighter, then the regulations changed, the algorithm moved around. You got to watch what you say. I got to the point where there was literally people that would get on there and fight. World star, blah, 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 blah. World star, world star, world star. And they would get on there and straight fight. Do the most ignorant stuff. But then some of us, you might be like me. I might get on like I tell my niece, you need to stop out, kick your butt. Get a warning, you're banned for terrorism, terroristic threats of harm, harassment. This is my niece. I remember the time I had to go through a whole letter process of sending people's letters to get my money back because they said I threatened my niece. My niece. If you guys ever looked at my page, you can see there's never been anything threatening on my page at all, period. That's how I know it can't be a human watching these posts. But you'll let the world star go, or you'll let, things. And so we'll go deeper into the rabbit hole. So now that you're out here, and now everybody can see you, you don't want to be a blue collar worker. That's not good enough for you because, hey, if I can make this money here and don't ever have to leave my house, I'll do it. Hey, everybody wants a job like that. But I know some people do stay-at-home jobs besides that one. But no, these people just live their life for social media. So then it goes to an aspect, now it's changed. The game's changed. Now you have to do something different. You can't just get on and dance or talk. Oh, no, now we're in the era of the BBLs. Body shaming. Mukbangs. Random pranks on unknown people that you don't know. Everything is sexualized. You can't make a living doing regular stuff. If you're a woman, get a BBL, Get your body right. Get on social. Get on Instagram. Get on the legalized porn site Instagram. That leads you to OnlyFans. Wait a minute. You ain't got money to get a BBL or chest done? What you on the heavier side? Just put some tighter on and get on there. We'll check it out. And the algorithm will push it. They don't worry about the shaming. Don't worry about the comments. They'll push it. Men, you can get on Facebook and YouTube, but on Instagram and stuff, that's not for us men. No. Unless you chisel Don Adonis, unless you're a professional athlete, unless you're a rap artist, unless you're somebody that makes six high or seven-figure income. And that's what I said about it's about trying to come from blue collar and don't make a change there, but you think you can make a change going up. Where the place you're at now, athletes reside. And so now you're on social media clowning. You're overfilling yourself and think it's cool. You're on there showing all your body parts, think it's cool. You're on there doing a lot of cussing because you freestyling ratchet, think it's cool. You're on there pulling pranks in grocery stores or harming people, thinking it's cool. You're literally showing illegal fights or beating people up, think it's cool. Now you create a situation to where now not only did you not help as a blue collar worker, but you're trying to get there, but now look what you did. Now you're going to suffer from obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes. Or you'll suffer from being materialized. Thought of as a piece of meat. A little symbol for somebody to think they can get with. Or you'll mess around and be an artist whose music will sell, but then you're a music artist, you're a hot for a second, then you're not any good after that. Because you made a social media song that everybody at the time was hot for, but it didn't last long, potentially because phases come like underwear, they change out one after the other. Now you done altered your body. You can't have kids or something like that going on because you're so busy worried about getting rid of rib bones and getting yourself together so that you can look good on social media for everybody to give you comments. But then your life is tore up behind the scenes. I don't want to be a blue collar worker. I'll do this. And then what y'all going to do once the social media thing crashes? Oh, it's going to happen. If you've been around long enough, like I said, I've been around half a century, there's people out here have been a lot longer than me. They've seen things come and go. Yes, social media is always going to be there, but the aspect and the rules and what they're looking for, algorithm vibes, is always going to change. Me, I'd rather be a blue collar worker. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to tell you why. Because I can try to get a bunch of guys like me and we can do some things together. We don't have to be rich, but as blue collar workers, we can invest the money we're making and do. If social media was to disappear today, I'd still be okay because I have a job. I get paid pretty good on my job. I don't make over. I know I'm not like that. But for what I do, I get paid decent. If you do it on social media, that's all you got going. That's it. You don't make no post, you make no money. And half these people that do social media is not even trying to look for a job. Yes, there are some. I won't discredit the ones out there that have multiple streams of income. Because some people are like me. They use social media to promote themselves. Social media to promote their brands, to promote The Last Sip. My other podcast, Wrestling is Real, Fans Are Fake. My wrestling show, APS, Beneath the Lights. And my other things I got coming up pretty soon. It's all about learning to grab control of your narrative. Change what you can. Can't change it? Find another way to operate incognito. Go underneath the scene and do something. But don't fit in to the trend of not being able to do it. It's because it takes too much time. It's too hard. This microwave era is so irritating me. And you switch over to the social media savages. Not the content creators, not the chefs, not the barbers, not the lawn care people, not the comedians, not Tom, Dick, and Harry who are putting pictures of their kids. Not that. I'm talking about the ones out here who sitting up here eating meals of food and got the microphone in my. Y'all know how irritating that crap is to hear that every single time I turn on my Facebook or my YouTube or TikTok or something. You gotta hear that all the time. These crazy dance fads, these crazy recipes, stuff like that, that just all this stuff out here. It's all about that bag because that's what social media savages have to have. They're about that bag. When you become a social media savage, you forget about everyday life because your life is made for social media. You don't care what's behind the scene. You don't care what it looks like when the camera's off. You don't care. Only thing that matters is what they perceive of you and think because you're a social media savage. It changed your outlook on life. It's one of the things that has hurt America and changed us, changed our values. We didn't just change values around. We have the generation that has changed values, not just this one, but there's generations of people that have messed up their values. But now with social media, we clout even more because things that were never accepted, we accept now. Things that were never seen out in public is pushed out in front of you now. I got on YouTube and saw a video and I had to flip the thing. I'm like, what is this? A lady butt naked while they messing with her, Yuha. And it was able to stay up because before the video, she said, this is not for sexual content, sexual pleasure. This is a training and learning visual. It's an informative video about how to wax behinds. Have y'all seen this stuff? So now because we have social media, this is what we're going to go ahead and teach you how to do this and do that. So now it's normalized. Stuff like that stayed behind closed doors. But we do live in an era where everything is everything. And if you say anything against it, you're wrong. Your morals are messed up. Where are you coming from, buddy? You can't be a moral person who wants to be a blue collar worker and talk to a person who wants to be a social media savage. It does not work. Let me say that again. I don't think you heard me. You can't be a blue collar worker with morals and say something to one of the social media savages. Can't do it. You got to watch yourself because it opens up a whole nother powder keg. And you don't want that Pandora box coming at you. Just leave it alone. So to wrap all that up, would you rather be a blue collar worker or would you rather be a social media savage? A lot of y'all gonna say it's 50. I think it's 50-50, I'll be honest, because I don't mind working hard for what I got. In the long run, I feel better. And can't nobody come and take this from me since they gave it to me. Nobody can take credit for what I've been building on since 2012. Nobody can come and take the credit for what I've been building on over the last year. Nobody can come and take the credit for the things I've done in the last couple of months. It's been me being blessed by God to do what I love to do, which is to talk. And because I have a get up and go blue collar work ethic, I'm going to make it work. Not no maybe, not no could be, not no if. I will, I am, and I'm doing it right now. These people make me sick, old social, man. You don't make me sick, man. Social media people social media savage is like a broke clock. It's right two times a day. Oh my God, Well, y'all, it's time to get to one of my favorite parts of my show. Now I got to the point where I got a section where I talk about sports and things like that. And this is what I like to call the Garbalissimo section. This subject is called Stick a Fork in Them, because they done. Let's get it going. I have a couple of issues today. I got three main issues and I have a bonus one. Number one, the first issue. Have y'all been watching this it's the Emirates Cup, the NBA? What the NBA did was they created a mid-season tournament to draw up interest from current fans, even past fans, try to get some of the fans back. Because they said this game was getting too stale. Rosters were top heavy. Teams were star heavy. Some teams not getting anything. You had the point where you had too many stars taking breaks. Like my son said last week, the grape nuts of the NBA Kawhi Leonard, you know what, the grape nuts is a cereal that if you look at it, it's like, ooh, them delicious to you, tasty, like, I don't want them things. Boom. That's what you got right there with Kawhi Leonard. He look amazing on paper when he can play, but most of the time, So, they invented this cup for players to want to play. And if I'm not mistaken, if you're a player and you win, you get $500K. And I want to say the coach maybe get I don't know what the prize is, but I know it's decent. If you're an NBA player who making the minimum, $500K is good, especially if you're on the team and you'll never get to play. And you just there making that little 10-day contract, but you on the team during them 10 days, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, man, that's 500 racks, man. Stop playing with me. 500 racks? Come on, man. That's nice. Yeah. So they invented this cup to draw interest. Now, last year was the first year they did the cup. And the winner, if I am mistaken, this is crazy. I got to look at, was it the Pacers? Y'all, if anybody knows, look it up and let me know who that was that won that first cup. Because I got my computer here. I got my handy dandy factionary here. I think it was the Pacers, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I thought it was the Lakers. I am so out of it right now when it comes to this conversation. But we'll get back into that. But so there was a game. These games have been pretty good, but there was one game that was kind of controversial. Real quick history behind it. The Golden State Warriors versus my boys, H-Town, the Houston Rockets. Now, before the game, if y'all been watching NBA, Houston's pretty good. And Ime Udoka was fired from Boston for doing what grown men do. Ended up taking a Houston job. Now, he improved the Rockets by 20 games last year. This year, they are second in the West. And if they beat the team they're playing next, which is the Thunder, they got a chance to be first in the West, which is a shock considering the team is young. Really no big stars. Fred VanVleet. Who else is there? Dylan Brooks. There's really no Uncle Jeffy's on the bench. There's really no big stars. Alfred Sengun, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr. They got a little squad, but they all young. So with that being said, Golden State, being the juggernaut they are, then Kuminga's balling, he's ready. They so confident, they get on TV and said they packing they bags for a 15-day road trip. You heard me. They said they packed their bags for 15 days. The Houston Rockets haven't beat the Golden State Warriors since before COVID. 2020 was the last time they beat the Warriors. That was it. That was the last time they beat the Warriors. 2020. And that squad had James Harden and Westbrook on it. Do you look it up? Look it up. That right there, that is a crazy, crazy fact. Crazy. So Kerr's happy. They're ready. He's like, look, we'll win this. We'll go to Vegas. Kerr said, I only packed 4 sets of clothes. I'll go ahead. I'll pack them. I'll just wash clothes. They should listen to Kerr. That's what happened to him. Y'all, they went to that game. It was back and forth. But at the end of the day, my Rockets shut them down. The end of the game ended with Curry coming down the court, pulling a 3 and leaving about anywhere between 6 to 3 seconds left on the clock. He pulled the 3, missed it. Kuminga had access to the rebound. He lost it, and Jalen Green got it. Well, on the floor, Jalen Green goes to call a timeout. Kuminga swipes him across the face. They tussle. The ref calls a foul on Kuminga. Jalen Green goes to the line for 2 shots. Now, Steve Kerr is hot. He on the sideline blowing up. He hot. The Golden State Warriors are hot. Jalen Green goes to the line, shoot both free throws. Not only after that, but then Golden State got another shot to win the game. They got to inbounds the ball, pass around a couple of times. They had their little rookie shoot the ball up. It was blocked by Jabari Smith Jr. Game over. The Rockets are celebrating, y'all. The Rockets just beat the Golden State Warriors. Haven't beat them. Let me hold on. Hadn't beat them since 2020. Y'all, it had been 4 years. I think it was a span of 15 games. They beat them. Kerr commences to throwing a fit, cussing, this and that, that and that. And I'm going to say this, my commentary on why I made them the number ones on this, you suck. For all the years, I went through this with the Bulls, went through this with the Lakers. For all the years these teams are good. You watch their games, they get all the calls. The referee, love them, they get the home cooking. They always got a guy that shouldn't be doing stuff he gets away with. Draymond Green, we ain't going to go there. Y'all know the stuff he's gotten away with. And they keep winning games. But when it happens to be you, and you are the one that's not getting those calls, you throw a fit. Shut up. Shut up. Because for years, where was your complaining at? When the refs ain't good now because you didn't get the call. The refs was great. Them 4-5 championships. The refs was great them playoff games. The ref was great when Draymond was choking out people and kicking them, biting them and all kind of stuff. When them threes going down for Curry and he's shooting long range and they hit 40, the refs was okay then. Now it's a problem. Could you be a sore loser, sir? So if you're a sore loser, that means you're a horrible winner. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, because the whole situation is galissimo. Number two. Number two. The San Francisco 49ers. You need to get one of these two. Y'all had Mr. Irrelevant. And y'all been running the tide with Mr. Irrelevant for all this time. Brock Purdy was the man. He's the next Tom Brady. Y'all been running with him the whole time. Now all of a sudden, just like a new toy that shines down the world for a little bit, ain't it? Yeah. Now Brock Purdy, before Brock Purdy and Purdy we trust, he can't do no wrong. Now looking straight garissimo, straight garbage. Y'all can't win no games. Then the fact that y'all just lost, the 49ers just lost the game this weekend. And no matter of fact, what day was that they just lost that game? They played, I don't know if they played Sunday or Monday. Like I said, I be needing help sometimes. Matter of fact, no, this is the Thursday game. Now I think about it, because it was on my birthday. And I went to click it on, I clicked off. It was a Thursday game. They lost to the Rams. Now, I'm not saying the Rams are bad, but this ain't been the Rams' year. The 49ers have been picked to be one of the top teams, if not one of the Super Bowl teams for the last 4 years. 3 or 4 years since they got Purdy. They're having issues, y'all. Nobody can stay healthy. Deebo Samuel's like he the only receiver they got out there. He getting beat up hard. The defense is starting to take a back seat. And Purdy is not the man no more. He's looking like Mr. Irrelevant as they go on. Then you draft Lance. He don't work out for you. You trade him off to the Cowboys, who can't win a game. They just got smashed up last week by the Bengals. So now, all that time and effort you put in, you can't seem to get it right. But yet, y'all I know Shanahan, from what I'm being told, Shanahan doesn't want to leave, but he's available for trade. That's just the scoop I'm hearing. But the way they playing, their attitude, and McCaffrey can't stay healthy, that makes this whole team garissimo. Number 3, LeBron the King James. Sir, amazing athlete, amazing leader, horrible GM. The Lakers are not a bad team. They're amazing right now. AD is finally coming. Man, AD has been. Applause for AD, y'all, for all the mess. Y'all talked about Charles Barkley, talking about street clothes. This man's came to ball. AD is not playing this year. The Lakers don't have their point guard position fixed, and they got holes at the center. But yet, AD, the reason I say holes at the center, AD is not a center. AD, look at his history. AD is a point guard that grew and stretched out a couple of his last years in high school and ended up stepping to the big man spot. So while all y'all complaining and whining about AD and asking why don't he play more in the paint, y'all not understanding that's not him. He ain't built for that. So LeBron James is out here, 195 years old, still playing basketball with young guns, with young Thundercats. The Lakers have the best thing happening there was that they got knocked out of this tournament. Now they have 2 games in 10 days, which LeBron, from what I understand, isn't playing any of them. That's what they say he might be, but he's not playing any of them, suppose what they're telling us. So now what you're going to do? You're going to put on AD. Is your little buddy going to show up, AD? D'Angelo? You going to show up, D'Angelo, for anything? I'm going to tell you something right now. This is the first time that I used to be able to not watch Lakers games. I could tell you who was on the team. Let's be real. For all you y'all out there, if y'all have not watched the Lakers, can y'all tell me who else on the team besides Russell, LeBron, and AD? We're not gonna count Bronny, who just dropped 30, just dropped the whole 30-piece. Man, just dropped the whole 30-piece nugget, no dipping sauce, and forgot the biscuits. 30-piece, you hear me? They couldn't stop him. He was doing this to him. He was killing them out there. Yeah, they weren't ready for that. He was killing them out there. They was not ready at all for that. And when the game was over, he might as well look at them like this. Killed them. But he has to stay in the D League. He's not ready to be playing with the Lakers on a regular basis. Because if he had his game up, he'd be their point guard. I'm telling you right now, if his game was all the way up like his dad's, he'd run point. He would run point. Now they got a nice little rookie. I want to say connect the dots, whatever his name is. But he's nice. He got a nice little 3-point shot. He actually played D. He can stretch. Matter of fact, I say if they need him to, I know it sounds weird because his height, he can literally be a small ball D and 3. 3 and D. Sure can. So LeBron's going to take his rest. LeBron has been a beast most of the season. Triple-doubles already, 2 or 3 of them. 30-point triple-double. 2 or 3 30-point games. Y'all, this man need more help or he need a rest. LeBron has been playing the league since he was 18 years old. LeBron is literally going to break every NBA record. He's already broken most points. Season and playoffs combined. Games played, he's going on that. This is ridiculous, man. He's in the midst of every chart. Assists, rebounds. His defense is immaculate when he wants to play defense. But, sir, I hope that 10 days that your body don't get ratcheted and you need to take a little Geritol and Zorbine Jr. and go sit in the bathtub for the Epsom salt. You got the gout because, boy, your career is going to start fading like your hairline. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And the last moment of the day. You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Go Super Bowl. Go Super Bowl. Y'all, the Cowboys have did it again, like Pootie. They did it again. The Cowboys cannot seem to get out of their own way, man. Y'all, the game against the Bengals was hilarious because you put all the effort and work in to show that you are a better team to win. Matter of fact, the Cowboys were still technically alive in the whole situation. They still had a chance. They were still there. Still had a chance. They was there and lost this game. Y'all, if you've seen the way they lost it, it makes you want to cry for them. I'm not a Cowboys fan. Never have been, never will be. But to lose the game the way you did. Think about this. The Cowboys are 5-8. Now there's teams going to the playoffs. But mathematically, supposedly, they weren't eliminated. So if they'd have won, they'd have been 6-7. Which still put them in the midst of the playoffs. They're not eliminated. They're still there. But with these suckers, and then Jerry Jones continues to open his mouth up. So the problem is you got Jerry Jones who continues to talk nonsense. You can tell the age is settling in. Need to sit down somewhere and eat his oatmeal for his diabetes. You got Mike McCarthy like a deer in headlights out there. Now, Mike McCarthy, I wonder if he gets to another team, if he'd be able to coach, because he won a Super Bowl with the Packers. But like I heard somebody say, it's like you had all these MVPs between all these MVP type style seasons with your quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, but you can't get to the big one. Then you got Michael Parsons, who continues to be on this podcast, just want to talk all the time. CeeDee Lamb, where are you? I don't care if you have a game here and there, 100. Where are you? Nobody on that team is there to make the quarterback better. We're not gonna get on Coop and Russ we trust. You got Trey Lance, you don't trust him either. But all that being said, wrap it on up. The way you lost that game, you come down, you try to do a scoop and score. On a punt. You touch the ball, and guess what? The ball is a live ball. Cincinnati picks it up. The rest is history. You didn't have to lose the game. I'm not a fan at all, but you didn't have to lose the game. That was straight garlissimo. That was garbage. But when you're one of those teams that stuff like this happens to, this is how it happens. And I refer back to the Golden State situation. Everybody wants to get mad at the one turnover that the Cowboys made happen that got them the loss. Everybody wants to talk mess about the Golden State game on how they lost man on the official. You know the problem? Let's get the answer. Here's the problem and the answer. Let's do it like Jeopardy. Answer. Should have won the game. Championship material. The other team's not as good as you are. Foul was called. Don't need it. Question. What happened after what should have happened? Okay, there you go. Did you say what should have happened? Neither of these one of these games should depend on that one. Neither one of these games should have depended on either one of those situations. You know why? Because you were good enough to where you should have had the game won. Say it again. Golden State didn't have to go in that situation and blame the one call because you were sloppy the whole game. 5 straight shot clock violations. You were sloppy the whole game. I don't know if it was 5 straight, but it was 5 like in a consistent window. The Rockets won a 7-0 run at the end of the game to close the game out. You should never let it get that point. The Cowboys, y'all had the game won. Didn't have to even go to that point. Let the ball go. These situations didn't have to get there, but you let them get there because you didn't have no business. You're supposed to. You know why? because this section says it all the time. Y'all was both garlissimo. Garbage. Well, y'all, with that being said, that is my time. I'm glad y'all spent the last 50 minutes with me. If you didn't, hey, no big deal. Like I always tell you, it's never the quantity, it's always the quality. I love spending time with y'all here in the last sip. Awesome. Man, I got some stuff coming up pretty soon. Back into the wrestling thing. I got some special announcements going on with that. Just stay tuned. Watch my channels. You guys can always catch me on Facebook under Ontario Hill Blue checkmark verified. Also, you can catch me on YouTube at Motivational Muscle, all one word, the ZCLE, not a S, 74. Look it up. Hey, my page has workout videos. My page has comedy, has motivational, has the podcast, a couple other things. Also, you can get in my inbox there at motivationalmuscle@yahoo.com. And you can also hit me on the BrewLine or even hit me up about my upcoming line and website at 501-259-6788. You guys, it's been a pleasure to be with y'all. I enjoy every time I get to step into this podcast and do this with y'all because it makes me who I am. I always tell you all the time, I thank y'all so much all the time because without you, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be where I'm at. I put in work and effort, and just to see that people are paying attention is something special. With that being said, love. Oh, also too, peace to my son, Untitled. I'm always going to shout him out. That's my son. Working on a new theme song for my wrestling. Also, he's got his EP coming out. Y'all, if you like boom bap, if you like the boom bap era, you like Jadakiss, you like the Tribe Called Quest, Black Moon, Cocoa Beats, if you like that type of lyrical essence, Nas, check out Untitled, man. My son Untitled, y'all. Off the chain. UNTITLED. Untitled. That being said, much peace to y'all. Like Don Cornelius said, love, peace, and hair grease. Soul. Love you. Be out.
Also envision my path so I complete the mission. Yeah, I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. Yes.
Glass House Mix.